What is going on, guys? Bretto Live back with another video, and welcome to the Week in Review, episode 184. This is where we go over WWE Raw and SmackDown in a WWE action figure setup style. This is the Week in Review. If you guys want to see a podcast format, head on over to the Pro Wrestling Podcast, link in the description to my second channel where I do Raw and SmackDown in a podcast channel. But this is the Week in Review style. We're going to be talking about Monday Night Raw first. About halfway through the video, we're going to jump into SmackDown. So without further ado, let's get to it and jump into Monday Night Raw. Starting over here, we opened up the show with yet again Judgment Day. Judgment Day opening up the show yet again here, and they came out bashing AJ Styles. There was a mention of James Ellsworth, which I found kind of odd. AJ Styles is like, Dominic, you're not the next Eddie Guerrero. You're like the current age James Ellsworth. I was like, oh my gosh, they mentioned James Ellsworth. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. But then, of course, it jumped right into a match. Carl Anderson, the Machine Gun, going up against the Prince, Finn Balor. This was a pretty good match. And I gotta say, Carl Anderson has one of the best spine busters in the business. Literally, he's freaking so good at the spine buster. It's insane. Carl Anderson, overrated overall. Or underrated overall. Dominic Mysterio tried getting involved, and then it all broke down on ringside. AJ Styles was sent over the announce desk, and then Rhea Ripley hits this massive body slam on the big LG. I was like, what? She freaking body slams Luke Gallows, who's got to be nearing 300 pounds. Body slams him like he's nothing outside of the ring. And I'm not the biggest fan of Rhea Ripley, but that was pretty freaking impressive. Wow, that's pretty freaking insane. But then as all this is going down, Rhea Ripley, after she does the body slam to Luke Gallows on the outside of the ring, she does a low blow to Carl Anderson in the ring, allowing Finn Balor to be able to pick up the victory. So Judgment Day having to cheat again to win their matches. But, I mean, Judgment Day still not growing on me. I'm still not a big fan of the group. But they were able to pick up the victory over Carl Anderson and get the best of the OC. Moving over here, it was The Miz coming out. And he was going to say he was going to reveal the truth about him and Dexter Lumis. And he said Dexter Lumis is only attacking him because of his mind, his intellect in the wrestling business. And then Gargano came out and said, that's not the truth. I have the real truth. I have the whistle. I'm going to blow the whistle. So Gargano knows the truth. Miz isn't telling the truth about Dexter Lumis. This is, in my opinion, this is just way too dragged out. Like, they could have done this entire storyline between Miz and Dexter Lumis in, like, 2-week span. Like, this is just way too drawn out. And, you know, Gargano knows something and Miz knows something. It's just like, what the heck? They said that Miz is going to reveal what the truth is next week, so I'm interested to see where that's going to go. But then R-Truth oddly comes out. R-Truth randomly makes his appearance, because of course they were talking about the Truth, North Carolina, R-Truth's hometown. He comes out, goes one-on-one with The Miz, and is able to pick up the victory over The Miz after The Miz was distracted by Johnny Gargano, who was dressed as Dexter Lumis outside by the barricade. Like I said, I can't believe Miz lost to R-Truth. That's freaking wild. But as far as all this goes, like I said, the Dexter and Miz thing, way too dragged out. I'm just not a fan anymore. Moving over here, it was Mustafa Ali going up against Austin Theory in a one-on-one match. This was actually a pretty decent one-on-one match. I did enjoy it. We did have Seth Rollins on commentary. He did pretty decent on commentary. And then, of course, he couldn't hold back. He had to get involved. Seth Rollins gets in the ring, sort of distracts Ali, and then basically Austin Theory is able to hit the A-Town down on Mustafa Ali and pick up the victory. He gets pissed off, and he's like, you know what, Seth? I'm tired of this bull crap. And he just starts attacking Seth after Seth started attacking him. They brawl into the outside in the WWE Universe. It was an odd brawl battling into the universe, because I'm like, what the heck are they doing? And then Seth Rollins kind of walks up to the entrance ramp. They keep the camera on him, and then here comes Ali again, jumps on top of him, and then Ali sort of gets the best of Seth Rollins, which is pretty good. Definitely leading to a future United States Championship match. And you never know. Theory might also be a part of that, because he was able to beat Ali here. You never know. We'll have to see. Moving over here was Omos going up against 4 local competitors, and you guys know how I feel about these enhancement matches. Super, super boring. I can't stand them. They used to do a Braun Strowman, and it's boring. They used to do it with Veer, and yeah, it's just lame. He beat up 4 random dudes, 1, 2, 3, pinned 2 guys at once. And I was like, okay, Omos with another enhancement match victory. Doesn't mean anything, literally. And where's Braun Strowman? Braun Strowman should have been out here after Omos won, but whatever. Moving over here, it was Elias going up against Chad Gable, and it's good to see Elias back in the ring as Elias. It was great, man. I really enjoyed this match. It was probably my favorite match on the entire card. Gable really impressed me over the past couple weeks in his matchups. He's just been really good. There was an awesome knee to the face counter to Gargano to Chad Gable that Elias hit. Chad Gable also hit a flying headbutt on Elias. This was just overall a great match. In the end, after Otis tried to get involved countless times, Elias was able to hit a nice spinning headlock maneuver on Gable and pick up the victory. Right after Otis got in the ring, tried to attack Elias, and they were being pretty successful until Riddle came out. Matt Riddle came out to help out Elias, his odd ally, and then they fought off Otis and Chad Gable, and then it was a pretty good little showing that they had there. Jumping into our next match, it was Corbin going up against Gargano. Is Baron Corbin versus Johnny Gargano one-on-one. We had JBL in commentary. He did pose a factor in this match because Gargano got distracted by his hat. He's like, I'm going to wear his cowboy hat and beat up Corbin, which I actually found kind of funny until JBL got involved and he kind of took out Gargano while the ref was literally looking, but he said he didn't see it. And then Corbin was able to, at the end of days, in the middle of the ring and pick up the victory over Gargano. I don't know how I feel about Gargano losing, but of course you got to enhance Corbin a little bit more. I mean, this is his new gig with JBL. It's Baron Corbin again. You got to have him win matches. He beat Dolph Ziggler last week, beating Johnny Gargano this week. It's making him look pretty dang good. And then moving into our main event, it was Bayley going up against Bianca Belair. This match had 25 minutes, and I felt like that was way too much time. I wasn't the biggest fan of this match. It was kind of boring. Leading to the end, we had a random person jump off the top of the steel post on top of the referee, Dakota Kai, and Io Sky, and it was Nikki Cross. This is nearing the end of the match. You gotta remember, the match is still going on. And I thought she was trying to help out Bayley because she sort of started beating up on Bianca Belair, and then Bayley was able to pick up the victory over Bianca. And I'm like, oh my God, Bayley just beat Bianca Belair, the Raw Women's Champion, which was pretty freaking crazy. We'll talk about that. And then Nikki Cross, after the match, starts beating up on Bayley. So she's not teaming with anyone. She's just going crazy. She's got her little sanity gig back, and she's just crazy. Just like Liv Morgan's starting to go, a little psycho. So she started taking out Bayley, started taking out Bianca, and then, they sort of ended the show with Nikki Cross, who is back on Monday Night Raw with a new thing, not the superhero anymore, which is good. I hated the superhero gig. But yeah, guys, that was Monday Night Raw. Pretty boring show. I wasn't a fan of this show whatsoever. In the end, I'm definitely going to give it a 2 out of 5. It's a really weak show. Wasn't a fan of it, like I said. Now we're going to jump into SmackDown. You guys can let me know what your ratings down in the comments down below, though. Let's jump into SmackDown now. Jumping into SmackDown, everyone. Here it is. Unfortunately, this show was on FS1, and I don't have it through my cable company, so I wasn't really able to watch this entire show live, but I was able to find the entire show on the Fox Sports app. I was able to watch the entire show on there. Not in full. I had to go back to the Roman Reigns promo, but this was still a pretty decent, well put together show, starting with our opening match, which was Ridge Holland and Butch, the Brawling Brutes, going 2-on-2 tag team match, going up against Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa. This was a pretty good tag team match. In the end, we did see Jey Uso try to help out Sami Zayn by pulling him out of the ring as one of the Brawling Brutes were about to jump off the top rope on top of him, but Sami Zayn was playing possum. I knew what he was doing, but Jey didn't realize what Sami was trying to do. He was trying to play possum, so he jumps down and misses, maybe tries to roll him up. But then after that, they had a little altercation on the outside of the ring, and keep in mind, the Tribal Chief is still on his way to the arena. He is still on his way. He has not shown up yet prior to this match. And then as Jey and Sami are arguing, Solo Sikoa gets rolled up by one of the Brawling Brutes, and the Brawling Brutes beat Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa, 2 members of the Bloodline. That is a big deal, and you gotta think that the Brawling Brutes are going to be getting a SmackDown Tag Team Championship opportunity at the Crown Jewel, which it's going to happen. You already know. I love the Brawling Brutes, man. Of course, no Sheamus because he did get injured last week. But it was cool to see some more controversy between Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. But then right after the match, who shows up? The Tribal Chief. I got this classic Roman Reigns figure back out. I love the shirt on it, so I thought I'd throw it out here for the weekend review. Roman Reigns comes out, and he is pissed off. He's like, Sami and Jey, you guys got to get it together. You know who I'm talking to. You two. You guys are acting like children. I'm going to treat you like children. And Sami Zayn, or Jey Uso said, I don't give a damn what the Tribal Chief think. And then Roman brings his head up, and he's like, he was like, what did you just say about the Tribal Chief? And then Sami Zayn interjects himself once again, because this is his responsibility to calm down Jey Uso, make things good. And and he calmed down Roman Reigns, and then Sammy's like, you're being not Usi. You're not being Usi enough. And then everybody started cracking up. Jey Uso was trying to hold back his laughs. I could tell he was really trying to hold back his laughs. He was covering his face up. He was like, oh my God, I'm dying laughing. Because Sami Zayn is hysterical, dude. I love Sami Zayn, the Bloodline. But he calms down the situation. But then Roman Reigns still puts out there that he might change Sami Zayn's name to Sami Uso if Jey can't get it together. But I think Jey and Sami are eventually going to get it together. And I think this Sami and Sami Bloodline thing is going to be more of a long time running thing. At first, I thought it was going to be short, but I have a feeling this Sami run is going to be long because it is hitting. It is so good. And when they turn on his ass, dude, it's going to be pretty sad. I might even cry because it's Sami Zayn, man, the honorary Uso. They can't turn on him yet. Moving over here, next match we got was the New Day going up against the Maximum Male Models. I wasn't too big into this match. It wasn't bad. Like I said, the New Day, this was an easy W for them. They were able to hit the midnight hour on one of the members of the MMM. I think it was Mansoor or whatever. Mansoor. They were able to deck him with the midnight hour and pick up the victory. It was cool to see New Day pick up a victory here on SmackDown. I feel like it's been a while. I don't know why, but it was cool to see them pick up a victory over the MMM. Moving over here, it was an open challenge. Ronda Rousey open challenge for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And who responded? I would have never guessed in a million years. Emma responded to this open challenge. Emma was in WWE about 5 years ago until she got released 5 years ago. And she's back, dude. She's back. She had a pretty decent showing against Ronda Rousey. I thought she brought the fire to Ronda. I thought this was a really decent match. But in the end, obviously, we're going to see Ronda Rousey hit the armbar and then tap out Emma, even after a Piper's Pit. So she decked Emma pretty hard here. But I mean, dude, just because she lost to the SmackDown's champion does not mean Emma is done for here. She definitely has more things she's going to be doing in this business, and I'm really excited to see what she's going to be doing. Maybe something new. I mean, Trips is obviously involved now, so you got to think they're going to be targeting something newer for Emma, which I'm really excited for. And then later in the show, Ronda Rousey did have a little altercation with Natalya backstage, and then Shayna Baszler backed her up and choked out Natalya. So Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey are in cahoots with each other. Let's freaking go. I love those two, man. Definitely two of my favorite women in the business, for sure. Moving over here, it was Karrion Kross going one-on-one with Madcap Moss. This was an okay match. Karrion Kross sending a message to Drew McIntyre by beating Madcap Moss. And right after the match, he grabbed a microphone as he was choking out Moss, and he said, you know what, I respect Moss. He is more respect than Drew McIntyre. He's better than Drew McIntyre. Basically just shoving it in the face of Drew McIntyre as he's choking out Madcap Moss. That was a pretty cool visual, by the way. But as far as the match goes, it was mid. You know what I'm saying? It was mid. Moving over here, it was Hit Row going up against Legado del Fantasma. It was a pretty decent tag team match. 6-man tag team action. 6-man tags are always really fun here on SmackDown. The third member of the Hit Row team was Shinsuke Nakamura. Of course, they needed a mystery opponent to go up against Legado del Fantasma, and they chose Shinsuke Nakamura. What a great pick. At first, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, are they going to do whose house? Swerve's house. Could you imagine if Swerve Strickland came out? It was in the back of my mind. I know it's not possible, but it was in the back of my mind just in case. I was just trying to imagine things like if Swerve came out and rejoined Hit Row. But anyways, it was a pretty decent match. Shinsuke Nakamura was definitely a factor in Hit Row picking up the victory, being that third man, because it's been 2-on-3 all these past couple weeks. So being that third man, Shinsuke Nakamura was able to hit the Kinshasa and pick up the victory for Hit Row over Legado del Fantasma. And to the defense of Legado del Fantasma, Hit Row and Shinsuke Nakamura did attack them before the match. But yeah, they were still able to pick up the victory. Hit Row, let's freaking go, man! That actually shocked the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie. And then moving over here, we had our main promo of the show. It was Bray Wyatt coming out, feeling like he's out of character. Once again, it felt like he was out of character, and I love this Bray Wyatt, dude. He was coming out, he's like, oh, this adrenaline rush feels so good. He said, I'm going to be doing some amazing things here back in this company. He just feels so out of character. But then nearing the end of his promo, similar to the past couple weeks, a random figure pops up on the Titantron. Normally we have that figure with the mask pop up on the Titantron, but this time it was Uncle Howdy, and he looked creepy as crap. And then he kind of just cut out the show. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, Uncle Howdy looked really freaking insane. But yeah, guys, that was basically SmackDown setup style. Pretty decent show. In the end, I'm probably going to give the show a solid, I'm going to give it a 2.5 out of 5. I thought it was a pretty decent show. Some decent action, some decent surprises. I love the Bloodline. Let me know your ratings down in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bretto Live, out.